Welcome to our farm. We're in eastern Iowa. We're about 4 miles away from the Mississippi River. And if you have a map or a globe, it's right where the Mississippi River runs east and west. It only happens one place on the river, and we're at it. We sure would like to welcome you to come along for a little tour of our farm virtually. Hopefully you enjoy. We're about 6th generation farming in Iowa, 2nd generation at this area in eastern Iowa. We grow corn, soybeans, alfalfa hay. We also raise some livestock. We have 2 boys we have in the operation. We grow non-GMO soybeans, we grow GMO soybeans, and we grow corn, all for export. Our growing season for 2020 on the soybeans has been better than average. We've planted all of our soybeans by the end of April this year. The beans have done wonderful for us so far. We see beans that are knee-high with lots of flowers on them right now. We've got an ample amount of moisture. We still need quite a bit of rain in August to really make this bean crop, but the potential is there right now, and so far, as you can see behind me, the beans are staying weed-free. So far, it's looking very good. Our location here in Iowa we're right next to the Mississippi River for export, and therefore there are some of our exporters that have gone after the non-GMO market. In Japan specifically, these beans will be destined for Japan. We think it's well worth it to grow this and offer it to the world. We're a business, so sustainability obviously is on the economic side. We have to be profitable to maintain our business. But going further than that means that we are producing a crop and leaving the soil in a better shape than it was when we got it from our fathers. We're doing that all across the state. Family farms are improving this soil year after year through the use of cover crops, no-till practices. We want to have it for that next generation, and we want to make sure that the nutrients that we put on these fields stay on these fields, go into our plants, and that they don't go into the water, surface water, and go down the Mississippi. The Mississippi River is vital for all of our operations here in eastern Iowa and throughout the Midwest. 60% of our exports from Iowa are going down the Mississippi. It is vital to the ag economy here in Iowa. We grow our crop, and I would say roughly 90% of all of our production will go out of this area on a barge. We realize that this is a world market now, and we want to grow the best crop we can, because we know in 20 minutes from this field we can be delivering it down to a barge terminal and loading it on the river. We switched locations now, and we showed you where the beans are actually produced, and now I wanted to take the opportunity to show you how we will ship the beans to you when you or your company decides to purchase some beans from Iowa. So this is a location, a barge loading facility in Buffalo, Iowa. You probably can't hear it, but they're loading a barge full of beans for export. So this is what it looks like, and this is where they'll be coming from if you should order today. And I'm really proud when we go down and we load those barges, and I know I've been down to the Gulf and I've seen how they load the ships down there, and I think it's just amazing to know that these beans in particular that are around me will be in Japan next year, being turned into protein for the Japanese people. It's a feeling that's hard to explain to somebody else, but when you know that you're feeding a country such as Japan right now, it's really a neat thing. We've had the opportunity over many years to host lots of, whether they be foreign visitors or whether they be people from the city 10 minutes away from us. We walk through bean fields, we show them the flowers, we show them how the pods are coming on the beans. We explain to them why we have to put some herbicide out there to kill the weeds that are not going to be beneficial to the crop. We talk to them why we need to feed the crop, give them some fertilizer. And we try to explain it in a step-by-step manner so that they can feel safe about the food that they're going to eat. We do it safely, and we do it very efficiently, and we do it environmentally friendly. We're 6th generation farming in Iowa, and it's getting to spend my time with my family. It's my wife and my sons. We all have a passion for feeding the world. And to be able to pass that along day after day, with my boys out in the fields and to teach them. They live and breathe farming right now. We instill in our boys that, you know, this is one of the two most noble professions you can have. The most noble is you defend your country. The second most noble is you feed your country. And we're not only feeding the country, we're able to feed the world. As a board of director with the Iowa Soybean Association, I do have to wear many hats. But the most important part that we do as a director is we promote the use of soybeans. And we try to establish markets not only domestically, but throughout the world. The checkoff dollars are critical to our research, and they are critical to marketing these soybeans. We have fish feeding farms in China because of checkoff dollars. We are selling beans to the Philippines because of checkoff dollars. We are selling beans to Vietnam and to Egypt because we had those dollars that we could go meet with the customers and sell them our product. I thank you for the opportunity to talk to all of the buyers that are watching this today. I can hardly wait for this pandemic to be over so that we can actually have face-to-face conversations. And I would open up the invitation to all of you all across the world that if you ever have an opportunity to come to the United States, and especially to Iowa, to look at some soybeans, to talk about purchasing, that our door is always open, and we welcome the opportunity to meet you face-to-face and to stand in this very field and talk about soybeans.